the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that with an ass back. That's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out.
Trouble keeping up with the Joneses? It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, Aaron Jones, no picnic a week ago. He's looking for another big game, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Right, here we go, here we go. Like 20!
Hey, let's get some penetration here.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Ready to break. Hey, Sam on. Go. Sick guy. Check, stick, look at me. Go. Get it.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, And if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Watch the run, watch the run. Watch the eye. You draw quarter. Hey, two. Step.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Daniels. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense, trotting back out. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We're watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo, he's got it complete to Perkins. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 33 yards that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
2nd and 15. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Yeah, this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Throwing on first down, Daniels. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Herb Smith Jr., his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was a prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo finding his safety valve here. That's complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. He's got Adams on the hookup. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback.
Go ahead.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Trip this out. We got three.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Garoppolo. This one caught by Davis. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. 1st and 10 at the 19. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Za'Darius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Looking to throw. Daniels. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Here we go. 180!
I got you, pump. Single. Keep 15. Watch tight end.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. He's got it complete to Perkins. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold them to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Garoppolo now. The quick slant caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Packers have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
65.
The Packers take over 1st and 10.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Throw left side complete. It's Perkins. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Touchdown, Packers! A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. You sure you're ready for the third quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They run. Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Charlie!
Looking to throw on second down. Daniels. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. So here are the Packers now to take over. They've dropped 5 straight coming in. So right now cherishing this lead. And they've got the football as well. First and 10. On first down, Bradshaw. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Here we go.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54.
They'll run it now, out of the gun. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Very good return that time. 18 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Say hut!
They'll run on 1st down. Bradshaw. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Bradshaw, absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. This will be fielded at the 17. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And Score!
They run it again with Cook. And an alley to run. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. To throw on 2nd down, Daniels. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. As his guys are in for 6. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So they fought half the battle here, but they're still down.
Plenty of work still left for them, but they delivered on the first step in their comeback attempt.
Extra point splits the uprights, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives? Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
2nd and 9 now. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short game.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
On first down, Bradshaw. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bradshaw pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
Chris Jones on the stop. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Bradshaw. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
Austin Seibert on for the field goal.
Seibert's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by a field goal, just over 1:40 to play. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. He's back to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Back to throw. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
36 to Mike. Crunch time, defense.
Mike 36. Mike 36.
Let's go, defense.
He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to... go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Brings up second and 11 at the 29-yard line.
They'll try and run with their fullback. 7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. And they will take a knee here. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And it's taken in at the 9.
Let's go, fellas.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Packers, it'll be a much happier locker room here as they get that first win after 5 straight losses to start the year.